Absolutely. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Thriving at Work Expert interview. And today I am absolutely thrilled to have Joe Macleod with me. Hello, Joe. How are you?
Hey, Claire. I'm great. And you?
Good, good, good. Yes, we've got some sunshine at last. It seems to be coming out, and but it's lovely to have you all the way from Sweden, aren't you?
Yeah. And actually, it's really bright here as well today. Not so warm, never really that warm here, but it's beautifully light.
So, Joey, I mean, we met actually a few months ago at a conference in Sweden, in Gothenburg.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I haven't laughed that much for that long during a presentation.
That's fantastic to hear. I'm so glad.
I'm not sure if this is the outcome you're trying to reach.
I think you can do it. You can sell a big idea a lot by making people laugh. It goes in so much easier, doesn't it? The medicine's not so hard.
Absolutely. So, I mean, your thing. So, Joey, just give us a little bit of background. So you were in marketing for a long time.
I actually done a lot of product development. So I originally, decades ago, I was doing graphic design. Then I was quite early into web. I got into mobile, doing mobile product stuff. So that was a lot of services. I worked for Orange for a long time in the UK. Then I went over to Nokia, learned a lot about building international products, delivering them globally, and having lots of more physical issues around physical products and packaging, etc. Lots about demographics and sales in that sense. And then I was at a digital product studio, doing apps for another 6 years. And so I've been around a lot doing product development on different levels and different roles. Yeah, and then, so I was sort of interested in endings. I'd done a small project in like 2005. I'd done a small project around there. I was sort of interested in. Went off, done a lot more career stuff, but it was always in the back of my mind about something around the end of the consumer life cycle, which we're not grappling with at all.
So yeah, so your thing really is you talk about the ends of things, and actually we talk very much about the beginning, the first approach, the first impression.
Exactly.
7 seconds to do this and that, and then. But we very, very rarely actually, even when I was listening to you, I'm thinking, even in my training, when I do customer service training, the big emphasis on that, and I say the last impression is really important, but I don't go that much into details about it. And then you actually realize, why do we overlook the endings of things?
That's right. And similar to you, in 2005, I had lots of questions around it, but I didn't really have the vocabulary or the understanding about what it really was. It was sort of like there was a hole there and it felt wrong. And so when I left my last job, which was about 4 years ago, I really dug into it a lot more on the sort of, it was quite grim, but like on the death level, and you have to really start with a relationship, and a very profound relationship with life, death, onboarding, offboarding of life and death, and digging into that and seeing how we framed those type of things. And actually, in a social sense, this sort of stuff goes way, way back, hundreds of years. I found, and I talk about it in the book, around the plague and the Protestant uprising. The plague it devastated our relationship with endings on some levels, because we had quite a rich relationship with endings, because we had a relationship with heaven and a close relationship with God. And the plague flipped a lot of that. The Protestant uprising happened, and Protestants had a different attitude towards heaven, death, sin, and lots of these things, all grappling around our wider relationship with society. But you roll that type of thing forward, and the Protestants had a few different ways we looked at jobs. We were allowed to really get passionate about jobs in the Protestant uprising. We had a different relationship with investment, and we had a different relationship with fasting, which is a removal of ourselves from the abundance that we have in life. And these three things started to undermine a relationship with the end, and it really empowered consumerism and the type of model that we have, this sort of capitalist model now we have. And I had to go back that far to unravel my, I guess, a modern consumer bias I have and the way I'm not able to think about endings. So I went back way, way, way back. And the book, the first 3-4 chapters of the book is about how basically unraveling that for the reader and revealing how it's a different sort of experience.